So welcome to this case study interview today. I've got Greg here, and I'm just gonna ask him a few questions on where he was before the kinetic method, where he was after the kinetic method, and ultimately about his experience, his insights, and anything he wants to share with us today. So welcome, Greg.
Thanks.
Tell us a little bit more about who you are, what you do, how old you are.
I'm 49 years old. I have a financial publishing company I started 20 years ago. And I'm married with a young daughter who's turning 3 this month. And my daughter, my wife was quite a bit younger than me, and I had, my first child later in life. So I'm an older guy with a younger family.
Cool. And you also share this with me. They keep you young, so that's good.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, what would you say are some of the things 12 weeks ago, 3 months ago, you were struggling with your health, energy, and everything that comes around it?
I've never really thought I was like a unhealthy person, like a fat guy, and I would always hide. I could hide my fat really well, so that further made me feel like I wasn't, out of shape. But what I found though is that I was getting tired. My energy levels were very low. That's really the main thing. I would go on a walk with my daughter, my wife, and I couldn't hold my daughter for more than a couple of minutes without getting winded. She weighs about 40 pounds, and I think that was what really made me notice how kind of pathetic that was. And I was thinking, hey, if I'm this tired right now, and my daughter's only 3, and we want to have more kids, it's not going to be good in 5 years and 10 years and so on. So I knew that I needed to change something.
Talking about changing something in terms of your tiredness, your energy. What would you say have been some things you've tried in the past before we started working together?
I was already pretty familiar with different ways to be fit and healthy because I have a brother that's in that world who's been very successful both with himself and teaching others how to be fit and healthy. However, because he's my brother, I tend not to listen to a word he says, and probably vice versa. So I knew what I needed to do, I think, to get fit and healthy, but I did not have someone to hold me accountable. And I knew myself that I needed somebody to look over my shoulder all the time and say, hey, do this, this, and this. And if I wasn't doing that, they kind of yell at me and say, hey, why aren't you doing this, this, and this? I've never done any kind of diets or anything. I used to work out years ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago, but inconsistently. And again, I didn't have a lot of motivation to keep going because I felt fine when I was younger. I had lots of energy. And I think I was somewhat lucky in that I was able to be a little lazy and eat whatever I wanted for so many years. So I suppose I had a pretty good metabolism up until I got older. And then all of a sudden, over maybe the last 5 years, it started to really slow down.
So not really many diets, no trainer or any crazy workouts. Your brother is fit, but that's about it. From the things you've tried. Okay. And what exactly, you already touched a little bit on this with accountability, but what exactly made you decide, you know what, let's work together?
With you and specifically?
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny. I made the decision just over 3 months ago to look into something, some kind of program, something to help me create habits to stay fit. And because I knew, hey, something got to change. I just got no energy. This is not good. I must change something right now. And no joke, that next day, you and I met each other on Facebook, and I wasn't even looking yet. I was not on Facebook looking for you. I was just down there looking, just browsing. And you made a friend request to me, and I almost never accept friend requests from people I don't know. And we had some mutual friends, and I made a decision. Hey, let's see what this guy's about. I have no idea why you were the exception. I just clicked accept, and you and I started to chat about copywriting and marketing. And then you asked me something about how I was feeling, how my health was, and all that. And it just seemed very natural, and I don't know what the word is. It almost was serendipitous that how we met, and that may have been a part of why it felt like a natural decision to work with you. But then I asked myself, well, what if I found you on my own without any of the serendipity? What would I like about you? And what I like a lot is that your whole approach is very natural. I have an aversion to kind of the stereotypical meathead guys that spend all day in the gym and, do nothing but drink and snort protein powder, that just turns me off completely. The guys that are always looking in the mirror at themselves and shaving their bodies and oiling themselves up. That's just not me. And you weren't like that at all. You were more natural, and you're like, hey, you're really laid back, which I like. That's how I am. You're like, hey, here's something that you can do. It's not a fad diet. There's no crazy gimmicks. It's something. It's a lifestyle. I liked that you told me I could pretty much eat whatever I want within a certain framework, within certain parameters. It's up to me. And yeah, if I want to go crazy one day and have a party and eat outside those parameters, that's fine. Just you can readjust later. That was all very appealing. And you're also willing to work with the weights and the workout machines I had at home to customize that for me. But on top of all that, you said you would hold me accountable, and it seemed something that was easy to do and was worth a shot. So that's why I decided to give it a go.
That's awesome. Yeah, and thanks so much for sharing all these details. I really appreciate it. So when you say give it a shot, like that moment you said, okay, let's do this. Were you a little bit skeptical? Like, what if this doesn't work out? Stranger on the internet and promises me.
I suppose there's always some skepticism. But I also know that whenever, if I compare this to business, one thing that has allowed me to succeed in business is to have the mindset that I don't know everything, and I never am going to know everything. And no matter where I'm at, if I get stuck, it's because I'm doing something fundamentally wrong, or I'm missing out on something, on some big fundamental thing, right? And what I've done in business is I've gone and I found someone who's already achieved what I want to achieve, and then I either hire them or try to copy what they're doing. And so that's how I think about growth. And so I saw you as somebody who had already achieved what I want to achieve. So I knew that if I worked with you, if I compared that to how I've worked with business coaches, that yeah, there's some skepticism, but there's always progress. I've almost never gone into something where it's been a negative experience. And I think that's also part of, because of my mindset, that I'm always looking to pull the best out of any situation. So yes, a little bit of skepticism, but it was not too much.
That's good. And yeah, I'm glad for you. And yeah, glad for you that you took the shot. And even though there was that little skepticism. So moving forward, like after those 12 weeks, 3 months later, we are here today. What would you say have been like the biggest results you were able to achieve after implementing the kinetic method and working with me?
Biggest results, first one, energy. Pretty quickly, I started to regain my energy. I don't know how, maybe within the first month, I started to feel better, probably a couple of weeks in. That was surprising how quickly my energy started to return. And the next thing, I guess, would be I actually noticed visually changes. First in my face, I noticed I used to have a lot of fat here, which I didn't even know before, and my face was pretty puffy. And if I look at old pictures, even from 3-4 months ago, you can see I sent you that one picture from a video. My face is puffy, and I have a double or triple chin. And I noticed, well, so we started to work together during this coronavirus lockdown. So I didn't see a lot of people face to face during this, but I saw them on video. And about 4 or 5 weeks in, people would comment that I looked thinner in my face, because that's all they could see. So that was a surprise to me, that people could actually see the change in me. I think they saw it more quickly than I did, because when it's just yourself, you see the change more slowly. But then a few months in, my wife noticed that my upper body and basically my whole body was looking more lean, more thin, and she could see it more quickly than I could see it. And we have a pool at home, so now the weather's nice, we're outside more, and she'll comment that, wow, I look really good, and that was nice to hear. Even though I didn't get into this at all from any kind of vanity. I told you I didn't care about 6-pack abs. I cared about energy and feeling better first. However, what you told me would happen is starting to happen, is that now that I'm seeing results, now I'm actually interested in looking better physically also. It feels good to look good, right? And my ego does enjoy hearing compliments. That's just a natural human thing. So even though that's not my primary driver, it has become a secondary driver now. That I enjoy looking good and feeling good too.
I think I think everyone loves to hear, especially when you've put in the effort. You exercise a few times a week, you eat better, you sleep better, and do all the habits. Then suddenly, not just seeing the change, or seeing the change on yourself by your own, even though it took a little longer, but having other people, it's kind of a reward, I believe, to have other people say, "Hey, good work," by giving you a compliment on the results you've been able to achieve. So happy to hear that. Would you say the kinetic method is something you can do for the rest of your life? Like not just 8, 12 weeks or 12 weeks now, but something you say, no, when I'm 60, when I'm 70, I can still do this framework because it's easy to follow, or not?
Yeah, that's an important question. The answer is yes, absolutely. It's something that I can do. And it's funny because I have some friends that are much older. They're in their 70s that are very fit. And I would always wonder, how the hell do they stay so fit in their 70s? And well, so this is one of those ways that I can picture myself in 20 years. It's hard to believe I'll be 70 in 20 years. But yeah, it's something that I can see myself doing for years to come. And it's something that I'm happy to do too. It's not like it's like this big onerous, very difficult, stressful thing. It's, it's not, you have to work, but it's not difficult, just like you have to work at anything if you want results. That's what I like. It's, hey, I think about it as this is my work I have to do, and it's not really even work. It is work, but I don't think about it like work. It's just like it's like when you brush your teeth, right? You got to brush your teeth. If you don't, your teeth are gonna fall out. I don't like brushing my teeth, but I've been doing it my whole life, right? So I'll probably brush my teeth for the rest of my life, right? So why not add a few more habits on like this?
Great analogy. Yeah, I definitely agree. There are just some things you gotta do. Otherwise, if you don't make them a priority, the opposite will become the priority.
Yeah.
So last question for you. For anyone watching this, who's watching this right now till the end, they're still a little bit on the fence. They're thinking, should I join or should I wait another year? Should I go with this guy? Should I do it alone? What would you say to them?
Well, I would say if you are stuck, I believe the fastest way to get unstuck is to hire an expert. And you could probably figure it out on your own. But the bigger question is how much time do you want to spend doing that? How much money do you want to spend looking for the answers? And how much money do you want to spend on medical bills, fixing stuff that's going to break if you don't figure it out in time, right? So you're going to pay for it one way or another, is my belief. You're going to pay for it in time. You're going to pay for it in medical bills when you're older, or you can pay for it now by paying an expert. And to me, that's the cheapest way and the most satisfying way, because that's going to buy you more time. And that's the most valuable resource we all have. So if you're stuck and you want to enjoy your life, man, Mauro's awesome. He a very friendly guy. He does exactly what he says he's going to do. He texted me or messaged me practically every day over the 12-week period that we worked together, just asking how things going. Do you need any help? If he saw my something was off, he said, "Hey, what happened here? Can I help? Is there anything that you need help with?" And that's exactly what I was looking for. So I'm very happy. You've taught me a framework. You've taught me something I can use for the rest of my life, and you've helped me. Most importantly, you've helped me to develop a new set of habits that are like brushing my teeth now. I don't even think about it. I just do it. And my body, my health, my fitness, my energy is the results. My newfound energy, my newfound health is the result of those new habits. And I'm excited to see where I'm at in another 12 weeks, because I feel like I've just gotten started. So thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you also for the final words and everything, that you shared here with me, that you took the time to do this interview. And that's it. Thank you so much, Greg. And we'll speak later.
All right.